Hey guys, how y'all doing? It's me, Johnny, and today is finally the day. After months of waiting, I am locking in my lineups for the upcoming game week. But before we get into that, let's start off with something hilarious, shall we? Moises Caicedo. Yes, I actually bought him for 0.24 ETH because for me, I realized that Liverpool midfielders who start games are mostly above 0.3 ETH. So if you look at McAllister and Szoboszlai right now, and Caicedo's AA game would probably be unreal at Liverpool. But funnily enough, after the announcement that Liverpool had done the deal for 110 million, by the way, now there is talks about Chelsea coming back with yet another bid and Caicedo preferring Chelsea because he has been a fan of the club since he was a little boy. Yes, we have seen pictures of him in Chelsea shirts next to his mom in the past. So, yeah, if anyone wants to pay me the amount I paid for Moises Caicedo, go ahead and do it. But honestly, even if he goes to Chelsea, he'd probably be smashing it because, yeah, he's going to be part of a really good squad with Pochettino. And as a CDM, I can see him score really well as a pair with Enzo Fernandez. That could be great. So if I don't get to sell him, it is what it is. But yeah, maybe there's a chance of him actually ending up at Liverpool. Who knows? But yeah, I just wanted to start off the video with the hilarity that the transfer window is at the moment, with Harry Kane being held up at the airport because he's like one last second change to the deal with Spurs. I mean, what the hell is happening right now? But you can see that's me. That is me buying Moises Caicedo. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Let me just show you guys something, actually. I have picked up another card, and it increases the amount of players that I now have at Fenerbahce, which, as you guys might know, was my favorite club when I lived in Turkey. And I picked him up for 254 euros, 0.15, and someone actually bought him right after me for a little bit more. Now, the reason why I'm picking up Ferdi Kadıoğlu, if we just base it off of this past month, basically, his performances, you can just see the scores of him right here against opponents in European competitions. But generally speaking, I think Kadıoğlu as an under-23 option for this season as the guaranteed starter, because you need 3 Turkish players to play. He is the guaranteed starter at Fener. A lot of players, a lot of foreigners will probably rotate like crazy. Now, Fred is also joining Fenerbahce, as it seems. So I just thought to myself, you know what? I have Szymanski, who probably will be playing a lot of the games. He's also taking sets by the looks of things, which is great. So we have Szymanski and also Kadıoğlu as a midfield stack opportunity for Fenerbahce, who have an amazing matchup against Gaziantep at home. I fully expect them to just go crazy and smack up their opponent. And Kadıoğlu could be coming in with an 80-plus score, in my opinion. So, yeah, I have brought him in as well. Let's start off with the lineup builder. Let me show you guys the lineups I've gone for. Starting off with the All-Star Super Rare. It is the used lineup. I have another build. I will be doing this all the time now. I'll have a risky one, where I have a lineup there where I basically just risk it all and just mix and match stuff so I can look back at it and think, okay, was the risky one the right one or the safer bet? So I'll be looking at that once the game week is done. But the used lineups, we have a few changes from the previous videos, so there is a reason for you to watch, I guess. We have brought in the Feyenoord lads. As you guys know, it is an amazing stack. If we go over to the game week coming up and we look at matchups, and we look at game week 397, you will see that Feyenoord is like second on the list. Right now, Feyenoord seems to have the second best matchup globally on Sorare. And as you guys know, your boy has worked his way massively into a Feyenoord stack. Now, I am aware that a lot of people have Feyenoord stacks in other regions as well, in Rare. Lots of people are going to be using them. But for me, obviously, having them in Super Rare is a massive differential. No one has this stack. And that is going to be very good for me, hopefully. And I'm expecting some really big scores from the lads. If we look at the price pool here, what you can get in the super rare divisions. Oops, sorry, not unique. I'm not there yet. If we look at super rare price pool, the top performer right here, obviously getting $1,220, which is insane. A rare tier 2, but super rare tier 1. Whoa! Imagine winning a buy low. Having just bought a buy low. I mean, obviously, I'm not expecting to come first, but a man can dream, right? And if you look at these players in here, like there's barely anyone where I would say I don't want him, apart from maybe the America and the Asia players, which I would love to avoid. But if you get a Gavi for first place, or Kuipers, who is insane, Bailo, Provedel, all these guys, I'm all for it. So All-Star Super Rare, that is the team that I'm going to be sending in. And then if we look at the, I guess let's keep it super rare. So Cap 270 super rare. I actually decided against the Champion Europe team that I had shown before, and I decided against the Challenger super rare team that I was thinking about as well. Now, I have gone in, not Challenger, sorry, Champion Europe, that was the only one. Cap 270 super rare. We have now gone with Minans in this team. The reason behind it is AZ is not looking as good at the moment. I feel like they need a little bit of time, and Minans didn't have the greatest game yesterday for AZ. Got subbed off, and Mihailovic, who came on, scored. So that's not ideal. Looking at Tsigankov against Real Sociedad, it will be a battle here between Girona and Real Sociedad. Sociedad obviously had a better placing last season. They're playing at home. They are very, very good defensively with Remiro in goal, with Le Normand ahead of him. So it's a tough one here. I'm just hoping that we can somehow make it into rewards. Even if it is a tier 5, I'd be happy with that. You guys have seen me win tier 5 super rares before. It's all good. So it is a risky one that I'm putting out there. It doesn't necessarily require for me to win something. It's just a punty one. Now, moving away from that, All-Star Rare. Actually, Champion Europe Rare. You guys know which lineup I'm putting in. This is Liverpool against Chelsea. I'm captaining Salah because I feel like most people are going to be captaining Trent. That is the way I want to go because Salah has been insane preseason, basically involved in every single goal we scored. Moving on from that, All-Star Rare. I am going with Bailo, Hansko, Veerman, Griezmann, and Getrauda. All of them playing at home. All of them with a 70+% chance to win their game. And basically, all of them expected to smash. Now, in All-Star Rare, as we speak, in terms of the rewards you can win, let's take a look at it here together. In the prize pool, you have the first 5 places being paid out a Star Rare. And obviously, you get $100 down to the 80th spot. I believe that goes up to 100 spots once the other European leagues are back as well, like the Bundesliga, for example. So I'm excited about that one. I think this is possibly on paper my strongest team. And the All-Star divisions, they need to be prioritized now with the monthly leaderboard coming in. I wonder if we have that one like functioning immediately. Like, is the monthly leaderboard now being activated along with this month? Or is it only going to come in September? I really hope we get access to it already now. That would be huge. But yeah, moving on from that, we have the All-Star Rare Pro team, where I have changed things around a little bit. Initially, I had Minans in here because of his great matchup, but I decided, you know what, let's play it safe. Let's put players in here that are actually going to be playing guaranteed starting 11, and let's not risk it too much. We have Getafe against Barcelona, which should be a good matchup for Barca to start off the season. They're probably very eager to start off with a massive win, even though it is away. We have Gabriel Florentin, who is at home against a tough opponent, don't get me wrong, but Florentin can do well against anyone, as long as he doesn't give away a penalty. And then we have Taremi, who has just played against Benfica in the Supertaça. They have lost, so Porto has to make up for that cup loss with a great start into the season. And Taremi, obviously, if Harry Kane does end up going to Bayern Munich, Taremi might not be part of the squad at Porto, because apparently Spurs want to sign Taremi or gift Orban. 2 players I have in my gallery. Could be quite interesting to see how that works out. Maybe they just go ahead and buy both. But yeah, I really hope Taremi is going to play, because I don't necessarily have any other option right now to put in its All-Star Rare Pro. And he's one of the better players I have for sure for that one, with the best matchup, it seems. And then Alex Garcia, doesn't matter who he plays against, he is always capable of getting a great score. Don't look at the low L15 here. It is just because he had a lot of injuries to deal with. And then moving on from that, we have the Cap 270. Actually, let's go on the 23 Rare. On the 23 Rare, actually quite strong. We have Diogo Costa, obviously, along with Taremi, with a great matchup, even though it is away. Then we have the Feyenoord boys, Hartmann and Viva, who have an amazing matchup, with Kökçü, with Benfica, playing against an opponent away from home, 74% chance to win. He had a great assist in the final in the Supercopa in Super Taca, sorry, in Portugal, where he helped Di Maria to score. So I'm really hoping he can continue that in that squad. And he had his moments in that game. And then we have Cherki playing against Strasbourg. I do have a feeling like Lyon are going to kick off big time this season. And I think they could do really well. Now, obviously, they're losing Lukeba, which could be an issue for their defense. But they do have plenty of youngsters to come through. So let's see how that works out. But yeah, the last team I will have is the Cap 270, which I think actually looks amazing. So we have Andries Noppert in here, who is always capable of great AA scores, a 50-plus point game, even if he does concede. Then we have Ndiaye, who has had great performances so far this season. Really hope he keeps it up. He picked up a decisive in the last game by being fouled for the penalty. Then we have Szymanski, who just yesterday, I think, played and got 2 decisives off the bench. And he's going to be my captain. Gift Orban playing against Westerlo. Who knows? Again, the situation around Harry Kane could impact him as well. I really hope it doesn't mess up 2 of my lineups. And then we have Kaduolu going along with Szymanski into this team. But one thing I can tell already is I need my strikers back. I really, really do. So I cannot wait to have the lads back, because as you guys know, I do have the likes of Florian Wirtz and Jamal Musiala, and they are essential for my gallery's success, and we will have them back next weekend. Both of them for the first 2 game weeks don't necessarily have the best matchups. I mean, Musiala away against Werder Bremen, I think he's going to do really well there. But generally speaking, once I have those 2 guys back, we're going to look much stronger in all the divisions. So that is how things are looking right now. Guys, I cannot tell you how excited I am about going ahead and getting back involved with SO5. Like, it was months of doing nothing except scouting and buying players and planning things. And if we just go back to how I've done in previous game weeks, like let's go to, I think it was game week 377 was my last one where I played, right? If you look at the squad, All-Star Super Rare, we finished in the 26th position, which was my highest finish. A Tier 3 Super Rare was won by this team. And if you go into the other lineups, Champion Europe Rare Pro, I mean, look at the mess that this is, honestly. And an All-Star Rare there. If we go back a little bit further, I think you can see some stronger lineups in Game Week 375. Again, Golden Cap 270 Super Rare. I was very excited about that one. Balikwisha sadly let me down big time in this one. But you can just see overall the strength of my squads were decent. But I don't think they were as planned out, as prepared as they are now. And you guys know, ever since I've had that Liverpool stack that I bought, we have been looking very good. And I didn't have Trent back then. So now with Trent in as well, it's looking spicy, man. Game week 373, once again, you can see a couple of the names that have helped me win a lot of rewards. So very happy with those guys. But generally speaking, I don't think the gallery has ever been this strong. Ideally, at some point, I'll probably have to get Tadic back. That, in hindsight, was one of the gambles that I played that didn't work into my favor. When he was linked to Saudi, I thought, that's it. But yeah, he's now at Fener and crushing it. So maybe we can win him. Maybe we can get him into the club through rewards, selling, and all that good stuff. But Tadic is going to be a big player to have for sure. But guys, that's me done, and I'm excited. I think my gallery looks much better. Let me know in the comments down below if you agree with that. Do you think that this entire period of waiting and preparing and buying the right players, setting up the teams way ahead of time, all that stuff has been worth it? Let me know if you agree on that one. Or do you think I should have played the summer period? I just don't know if I should have, because if I look at some of the people that have played the summer period from my friends, basically, if we look at their SO5 stats, I'm looking at these rewards, right? And legit, apart from Takaoka there, possibly, I don't see anything that makes me think, oh, wow, I should have played. Like, this is Nep's gallery. No disrespect to him. It's just, I know he's a good player, and I'm looking at what he has done throughout that summer period. And I just don't see anything in there where I'd be like, oh, I missed out on something. I'm looking at Haber now. He has Philip Koen. He has one Magnon. That's definitely a big one for sure. That would be a card I would love to win. But generally speaking, when I look at all these rewards, I just don't feel like I missed out on anything here. And there have been other people who have been a little bit more successful. I think Laird, specifically in the summer, does really well. Oh, wait, does he have Mazraoui still? Ooh, that could be a huge card for him, you know? But yeah, that card is sick. Laird has done well there. Diaz is great. Lucho Acosta has been good. Then you have the likes of Roman Bürki, who has obviously been great as well. He has won a Bruno Fernandes. He has gone ahead and won himself a super rare Mosquera there. He has gotten himself Chris Brady, another Lucho Acosta. Actually, that's before the European season was over. 377. From this point on, you can see that like he knows his stuff when it comes to MLS and the Asia regions and the summer period. It's a period that he personally kind of focuses on. So that's something I could have possibly achieved if I had the knowledge level that Laird has. And looking at this, yes, of course, I would have loved to win some of these rewards, but it would have taken me a lot more of my budget that would have needed to be distributed into the America or summer regions to be successful, or as successful as someone like Laird, who has been preparing for this for years already. Like, his gallery has always had those players in the summer periods, and I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet, but I have to admit, the concept of possibly having Messi as the golden goose that you're trying to win when it comes to the summer period in the upcoming season, that might entice me to get back in there. It will all depend on the success throughout this season. Time flies. We don't know how things are going to go. But guys, that is me done for today. We'll see about the summer period when the time comes. But for now, Europe is back. And I am back as well with all my lineups. Let's take one last look at them and say goodbye and wish them luck in this upcoming game week. 7 lineups. I am hoping for at least 3 rewards. Have a good one. Take care and peace.